My name's John Barker, this is the Skull and Mortar Kitchen, and today we're gonna do a smoked picanha torta. Alright guys, let's get down to it. I have a delicious picanha here, mislabeled as a tri-tip. We're gonna use picanha, even though I really want a tri-tip. Guys, cooking picanha is really easy. You can literally just go salt and pepper if you want to. But I wanna jam some more traditional Hispanic and Latin flavors into this bad boy. So what I don't normally do, and we're gonna do this time, is we're gonna use a binder. And we're gonna use some of that Skull and Mortar Heartbreaker. You can get yours now on skullandmortar.com. Just put a couple of drops of that bad boy. Now what this is this is a bourbon hot sauce. So it's gonna add a little spice, it's gonna add a little bourbon. All you gotta do is just kind of rub that in like that, nice and easy, right? We're gonna flip it over and we're gonna get the fat side. We're gonna leave the fat cap on. The fat cap is gonna provide moisture and we are going to use it when we're cooking our beans here in a little bit. Now guys, one thing that's really important as we continue this recipe, I wanna make sure that you guys leave in the comment all the things that I'm doing wrong. We're gonna hit it with some Skull and Mortar rub, the OG rub. We like the peppers, we like the sweet, we like the depth of flavor. Even though it's not the main course on this dish, we're gonna go ahead and hit that, right? Next, we're gonna hit it with a little bit of Hey Grill Hay's Fiesta rub, all right? Hey Grill Hay's Fiesta Barbecue Rub. We're gonna go back and we're gonna give this a little bit of a thicker coating because we want those flavors in that meat good. Now, we're gonna come back, we're gonna triple layer it. That's right, David, we're gonna triple layer it. And we're gonna take our God Save the Queen, also available at skullandmortar.com, and we're gonna use it to create some salt, some pepper, some texture, right? It's a nice grind. It gives it something, it just gives a little something extra. We're gonna flip back over to our original side. It's still juicy with that hot sauce. So next we're gonna do the same thing again. We're just gonna go back over it with the Skull and Mortar OG traditional rub. Give it a light dusting there. And we're gonna hit it hard again with that Hey Grill Hay Fiesta rub. That's available on heygrillhay.com. It's good, I like it. Now, we're gonna let this sit for a minute and we're just gonna kind of let those juices come out and connect with this rub a little bit, right? We wanna kind of create almost like a pasty consistency on it. While we're waiting for that, we're gonna go ahead and set up our beans. You have to have some delicious refried beans on a torta. Now, typically I probably would want to use pinto beans for this, but I don't really have enough for all the sandwiches I'm gonna make. But I do have a can of black beans, so I'm gonna mix them together. It might suck, it might be good. I don't see how it could really be that big of a deal. We're gonna find out though. We wanna get rid of that bean juice. We don't really need it. Now, it's not gonna hurt it to have some in there, but most of it, we can just get rid of it, right? You can see we still left plenty in there. And these are just beans I picked up from the local Mexican grocery store around the way. And we're gonna do the same thing with our black beans, only it's not convenient enough, right? It doesn't have the tab on it. So we're gonna have to actually open this with a can opener. It's 2022, guys. Why are we still using a can opener? And we're gonna dump those black beans in there. Now, give that a little shaky shake. We're gonna take one more step with these beans now. We're gonna hit it with some of that gravestone, also available at skullandmortar.com. Are we cross-promoting the hell out of our brand today or what? Give that a good little coating there, and there's one final thing that we gotta throw in. We're just gonna throw a couple of those little guys in there. It's gonna create like a fuller, like just fatter, like umami kind of experience, right? And who doesn't like umami? Except for maybe your mommy, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, that wasn't funny. Our secret ingredient to this though is gonna be a little bit of MSG. We're just gonna put a little bit in there. It's gonna mix with these meat fats pretty good, and it's gonna be bussin', all right? That is it, guys, our prep is done. It's time to get this stuff on the smoker. Get your smoker up to 250 degrees. Make sure it's good and hot. I'm using apple wood. Use whatever wood you want. It doesn't really matter. Do what you like, it doesn't really matter. I'm not eating it, you are. Let's get it on the smoker. All right, guys, this is how you should be setting it up if you have a second rack. Put that meat on there. That fat right there is gonna drip into these beans, and when you mash them up here in a little bit, it is gonna be magnificent. It's gonna be magnificent. All right, we'll just leave it at that. I'm not French. I don't know French. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Texas, you know? Anyway, probably check this here in about an hour. We'll just go from there. I think it's gonna take about 2 hours. We're gonna get it to an internal temperature of 135 degrees. Our meat is at about 125 degrees right now, so we're gonna go ahead and start prepping our vegetables. We'll go ahead and cue a montage here. All right, guys, we're ready to take our beans here to the next level, but before we do that, we're gonna break out that Heartbreaker hot sauce one more time. And we're gonna go ahead and just drop a few little droplets on into these beans. Add a little bit of spice. Not too much, but we want a little bit of kick, you know what I'm saying? That's all you do, man. You just mash them down until you get the paste that you're looking for. Again, we have all that butter in here. We have all the fat from the meat that's been dripping down inside here. So these are gonna be a very hearty, delicious bean. You know, we could just food process this. Well, I guess we just have more stuff to clean, right? So at this point, you just wanna mash it down to a consistency that you're a big fan of, or maybe a moderate fan of, or just a fan in general. I guess it doesn't really matter. Just mash them until you don't feel like mashing them anymore. I think this is where I'm gonna stop. I like what I'm seeing here. I like that there's still some beans left in here, and then there's also like a good bean paste or whatever you want to call it. I don't friggin' know. Ladies and gentlemen, in the past 30 to 45 minutes, we've been through a real ordeal, all in the name of better food. It's been complete and utter chaos, but we have finally reached the finish line. Look at this picanha looking amazing. Look at all the juice. Gotta get my carving knife here, and let's go ahead and slice into this bad boy. I'm gonna get a little sneak peek here. Let me just carve a little piece of that off. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. As an obese man, I feel safe telling you that this sandwich is gonna slap. It's gonna slap real hard. It might knock your mom clean out. So keep this sandwich away from your mother, your wife, your children, because it's slapping. Boys, it's slapping. Guys, it is finally time to plate it up. All right, guys, first things first, we're gonna hit a little creme fraiche. I'd recommend you use crema, but you know, your boy didn't think ahead, per the usual. We're gonna go ahead and smear some of that. This is basically just a thick sour cream. Crema's gonna get the same job done for you. And then because I only have 1 spoon, I'm gonna go ahead and pop over here to our refried beans. And I'm gonna put some of that on the bottom there. We just want to kind of spread that out as even as possible. It doesn't really even have to be all that even, if I'm being honest with you. And then what are we going to do? We're going to reach in here. Bam! 2 delicious pieces of picanha. Then we're going to hit it with just a little bit of onion. Now you can cook these onions. You can chop them up and make a pico, whatever you want to do. This is how I enjoy doing mine. All right, then we're gonna hit it with some tomato if you will. I don't really care. Call it whatever the hell you want. Then we're gonna go over here and we're going to hit it with some of that avocado. Now, as far as I know, there's only one way to say avocado. So if you're not saying it correctly, you're probably saying it wrong. Now, you'll also notice that I did forget to put on the lettuce until last. It would have been better on the bottom. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll go ahead and slam that right there, right? And our final topping And then while the cheese is still hot, because we put the lettuce in the wrong spot, we're gonna slam that bad boy down on there real quick. Come on, guys. Show me a friggin' torta that looks better than that one. You ain't gonna find one. Not gonna happen. Now, my friends, there's only one thing left to do. We're going to slice into it here. Get that tongue out like Michael Jordan in his prime. Check that out. Come on, dude. Wow. What? Look at it. Let's get a bite of this Mexican delight. I quit. I've reached the pinnacle of both manhood and grill game right here. It's my video. I can eat on it if I want. Guys, that's all there is to it, man. It's that simple. There were a lot of steps, I'm not gonna lie. There were a lot of steps, but it's not really very hard, right? It's all easy stuff, and you'll make an amazing Mexican sandwich that you can eat literally for any meal. It doesn't matter, dude. Everybody's gonna love it. And if they don't, you don't need them in your life. They're probably garbage. See you guys next week. skullandmortar.com. Buy some stuff or don't. Who cares? You got free will. Exercise it. Adios, my friend.